In the end, we can see Enola and Tewkesbury race to his manor to confront the perpetrator. But they're in for a rude shock. Lying in wait for them is the assassin extraordinaire. Enola and the assassin battle it out while the Viscount watches from afar. Enola goes toe-to-toe with the assassin and knocks him out cold. Then, the real perpetrator reveals herself Tewkesbury's grandma and intends to finish the assassin's job. Luckily for him, Tewkesbury escapes by the skin of his teeth and a presence of mind. The next day, he attends the vote for the Reform Act and casts the deciding vote. The act passes. He and Enola exchange lovesick glances with each other and part ways, vowing to see each other again. Meanwhile, Sherlock, with all his bravado, arrives at Scotland Yard only to learn that his sister got there first and has since vanished. The renowned detective and Mycroft attempt to trick Enola into meeting with them, but the budding sleuth pulls out tricks of her own and leaves them stumped by her whereabouts. Enola returns home to find a surprise waiting for her. Not Sherlock or Mycroft, but her mother, in the very flesh. Eudoria confesses to her involvement in the women's suffrage movement and reveals that Enola beat her to her own goal. Mother and daughter rejoice in their reunion, but not for long. Eudoria has to conceal her identity and go underground, leaving Enola to her own devices. Enola understands her mother's compulsion and vows to send her Urize's coded messages should the need arise. After her mother departs, Enola affirms her empowerment and cycles away to glory. So question is, why did Eudoria vanish? From young, Eudoria has ingrained in her daughter the importance of empowerment. She brings Enola up on a diet of feminist literature, comprising the likes of Mary Wollstonecraft. She instills in her the art of defense. She teaches her to fend for herself and submit to no one. Nonetheless, it dawns on Eudoria that, should the women's suffrage movement not take flight, her daughter will remain slave to the systemic misogyny that continues to infringe their rights. To achieve her ends, Eudoria will go to drastic and even violent lengths, as evidenced by the dynamite she stores at Limehouse Lane. Her radical politics make her a moving target for assassins. Tewkesbury's grandmother was prepared to sacrifice two of her heirs in the name of her misinformed ideals. If Eudoria pursued her progressive agenda in plain view, her own life and that of Enola's would be in grave danger. In true revolutionary fashion, Eudoria vanishes underground. She leaves a trail of breadcrumbs for Enola to sniff out and trace back to London, but no further. If push came to shove, Eudoria was ready to take militant action to guarantee the passing of the Reform Act. Fortunately for her, her own daughter was more than capable of taking care of business, and Eudoria's hand was not forced.